So in this video, I want to rank from best to worst every single Season 2. Now, the reason why I'm not starting with Season 1 is because, well, I just want to get Season 2 out of the way, and plus, Season 1s don't really have any content at all, and it'd be probably obvious what I would probably make last. I'm gonna wreck all the plans. I've done it before and I'll do it again. Rise to the top, I'm the creme de la creme. So, brace for, brace for, brace for, brace for, brace for, brace for, brace for. Alright, so at number 1, I would have to put Mega, Chapter 4, Season 2, which I mentioned was called Mega. Mega's one of my personal favorite seasons, maybe ever, besides maybe, like, the Super Season and Chapter 3, Season 1. Mega, in my opinion, was the last good Season 2 that we've ever gotten for the past, 2 years. Most of the time, they just felt mid or garbage from, Chapter 5 and Chapter 6. The Battle Pass, in my opinion, is the best one that we've had in years. I feel like they've kind of fell off a little. Well, let's see what we get next season, which is next month. And let's hope that Chapter 7 has a good Season 2 as well. I think Chapter 4 was that good that Chapter 6 took notes from Season 2. And that can explain why, because this season was great and is personally one of my few favorites, like I said. Maybe a top 3 season for me, or maybe in the top 2. The katana was a really good weapon, even though nobody really used it to fight. When everyone realized that it wasn't good for fighting and it was really slow, people were all like, oh yeah, this is great mobility, I can use this for mobility. And then everybody started using it for mobility. And guess what? Everyone loved it because it was great for mobility, and I personally think it's one of the best pieces of mobility we've gotten over the last 2 years, from Chapter 5 not taking any notes from this season specifically of how they would affect mobility over time to another Season 2. But I personally think it's the best one ever, and nothing could ever beat it unless Chapter 7 does better than Chapter 4. Let's see what Chapter 7 will give us, but until now, I think Chapter 4 Season 2 is the best best Season 2 ever. So I'm gonna put Season 1 next. Chapter 1 Season 2. I've never played it, so I just want to give it an honorable mention, because it was technically one of the first few seasons, and it gave us the first Battle Pass, so that's why it's not, why it's ahead of Season 2, is because it gave us the first ever Battle Pass, which I think with the community is the best Battle Pass. Yeah, very balanced loophole, I think, I don't know. So yeah, I'm just gonna put it next, even though I've never played it. I don't care what anyone says, I'm putting it next. Alright, so next up, we have Chapter 2, Season 2. Alright, so this is back then when Epic did want you to buy the Battle Pass instead of just saying, here, have some stuff in a Battle Royale loophole. They would actually ask you to buy the Battle Pass to do something with something, I don't know. This is when they kind of started the whole, doing a reskin in a Battle Pass, and, wait a minute, is that Deadpool? Yep. Guys, Deadpool was in this Battle Pass. And before y'all start claiming that it was fake and that you have him, he comes to the item shop randomly, that's the pen and ink version. The regular one was in this Battle Pass. And quickly, before anyone says that Epic started reskins in Chapter 1, not Chapter 2. Yeah, I know, but I said kinda started, firstly. Had one of the most iconic Battle Passes, somehow. I don't know why, but they just did. And apparently it was one of the greatest seasons of all time in some people's opinions, but I've never played it either as well. I know, I'm late for the party, I know. But those were some honorable mentions. Next up is Chapter 3, Season 2. I'm gonna be straight up honest with you, I forgot a lot from this season because I didn't play it as much as I wanted to. I didn't play a lot of seasons in Chapter 3, maybe because I was still new to the game. Oh wait, no, my PS4 just sucked. That's what it was. I actually didn't buy the Battle Pass, but I have some of the Battle Pass skins. I think one of my friends gifted me the Battle Pass, so I'm not too sure, and I still don't know why I have the Battle Pass. I didn't buy it. So this was back then when they actually did care about both sides of the community, sweats and casuals, because in Arena, they had Arena back then for new players that didn't know, they completely vaulted tanks in that mode, and seeing what they do now, not vaulting overpowered items nowadays, is kind of crazy how they did that back then. It was more like a storyline theme season, kind of, for people that love knowing what the storyline is, not for the people that just want to make some earnings on competitive. Yeah, so I don't really remember much from this season at all. I barely remember a single thing that I've done. The only thing I remember is that jetpacks were in this season, so that's why I put it up higher. And why it's ahead of Chapter 2, Season 2, because when I used to play a lot in Chapter 3, the one thing I just always did is just always get a jetpack constantly. Alright, so now we're starting to kind of go down a little. Alright, so next up is Myths Immortals. I think the season's pretty mid in my opinion, and is when Fortnite's Chapter 5 started. No, I think Season 1 from Chapter 5 was when they started to kind of go down. I mean, this is when it started to happen more, but I think it's more better than Season 1, because Season 1 absolutely sucked, in my opinion. I mean, there was some fun stuff on there, but they decided to add the most useful, and what I mean by useful, I mean like everyone would use it in creative. And for the rest of the chapter, the Gatekeeper shotgun. That's probably the best shotgun in the entire game, maybe ever. More better than like the Prompt in his prime and stuff. I don't know why it's more better than that, but it was there, doing its job, being really, really fast. And some people didn't like it as much. I didn't like it as much, but I still had to use it, because why would I use a hammer pump at all? Honestly, the secret skin for this the season, kind of made zero sense in my opinion, because this is when secret skins started to kind of make no sense. They're kind of making sense now, but back then they just didn't. So Season 2 is at the midsection, and I'm not an absolute fan of it. I mean, there's worse out there, which is actually our next one that we have. Yeah, you probably didn't have to guess on what I think like the worst Season 2 of all is. And of course, I think it's Lawless. Lawless was just so blank and boring in every single way, and absolutely very annoying. I consider it basically like Rec 2.0. More like Absolute Doom instead, considering that most of the items were just super annoying. It wasn't just the kneecapper. Don't get anything wrong. It was more than just the kneecapper. You know, they decided to add more over time that were just so annoying. And if anything was balanced, it was awful. Epic didn't know how to balance things this season. So if you want something balanced like the collateral damage assault rifle, it's trash. Oh, you want something balanced like the pulse scanner? It's trash. You want something unbalanced like the kneecapper? It's unbalanced. How can you get that right, but when you need something balanced, you can't get it right at all? It's like, how is it so hard to make things super balanced? You'll make them awful, and if they are unbalanced, you got it simply done. I am so glad that Season 3 took some notes from that. Like, they took notes, and they were all like, okay, make everything balanced. I think that Lawless is probably one of the worst heist seasons we've ever gotten. Now, I'm not going to consider Chapter 5 Season Remix as the worst one, because that's not really a heist theme, that's just a Chapter 2 theme. And for crying out loud, dude, Big Dill's just so annoying. And like I mentioned before, most of the things were absolutely unbalanced, like the just adapt, it's so easy, man. Really? Let's take a moment to talk about something really quick. When the base boost came out and it was nerfed from the structure damage, you all called it useless because structure damage was nerfed. It's more of a mobility item, not more of a destruction item. I mean, it was at the start, but it's not just always meant for destruction. It doesn't have to be always for destruction. And you all called it useless, but when the bat doesn't get nerfed, you say you all need to adapt? Like, what? I think you all need to adapt when straight up an item just gets nerfed a little bit. Like, come on, if, like, one damage was removed, people are gonna say the thing is useless, I swear. These people are too crazy, man. Now, if I can finish The bat was annoying, the laser was annoying, the combat kits were annoying if people got up in your face, because that's not mobility, melee items for you. So, something. And that Season 2 was arguably one of the worst Season 2s, and in my opinion, the worst season ever. Besides Wrecked. Yeah, besides that, don't worry. And OG, because I hate OG. I'll probably make a video about mini seasons as well, besides just Season 2s. So, thank you all for watching, everyone. I will see you all next time. So just remember one thing, everybody. Today is my 100th video that I have made. That is surprising how we made 100 videos before we reached 100 subs. We are getting close to 100 subs. Please subscribe. I'll dye my hair purple if we reach 100 subs. Of course, before the end of the year.